Hello family, friends and students. My name is Joel Riddle and I'm the curriculum leader here, and I'm very much thrilled to have the opportunity to be part of our very first newsreel and to share with you a little bit about the curriculum here at TSPS. Earlier in the first school newsletter I mentioned how the inquiry-based learning model will become a real focus for us in 2017. There is a couple of reasons why this essentially needed to become a focus, and these include: firstly, true inquiry allows students to have more of a voice around curriculum delivery. We understand that students have unique perspectives on learning, and so we are providing space where they can really inquire about things that they really want to know about, because it's all about triggering curiosity and providing the framework for that. Secondly, we see the inquiry-based model allowing the curriculum to become more real, rigorous, relevant and rich to each and every student. It has now become a process where it's not just asking questions, rather a way of converting data and information into useful knowledge that excites each individual and where they can take action around something that has deeper meaning to them. In a nutshell, inquiry ultimately sees students developing questions that they are really hungry to answer around a certain topic provided by our staff. Staff then provide students with experiences of some sort that assist them in gathering useful information around their inquiry question. This could include things like excursions, incursions, videos, perhaps research, articles, etc. The students are then given time to research, explore and process information about their question and begin thinking about how they can showcase their learning. Then they have the opportunity to decide how they will present what they have learnt, with the hopeful outcome that they can make links to their daily lives. At the end of the cycle, they reflect and determine what really worked in the process. They identify how they learnt rather than just what they learned. Rather than myself just talking about this exciting program, let's interview a few students across the school and discover what they're inquiring about and what they actually think about the new process. Alrighty, so as promised, we're now interviewing some of our students across the school, and we're starting with our wonderful foundation students. So they're going to share a little bit about what they've been inquiring about this term, and I'm going to start with Viv. So Viv, would you like to share with us what's been going on and what you've been inquiring about?
I've been learning about plants, and about the plants, the flower and the stem and the leaves and the water come together to make a big plant, and the sun gets all the water dry to make the plants grow. Some plants need sun, some plants don't need sun. Some plants go inside, some plants don't go inside.
Wonderful, thank you, Viv. And obviously we're learning about how things change, aren't we? So we're discovering about how plants change. Well done. Noah, can you share a little bit about what you've been inquiring about?
The plants pull the plants down, and then it needs soil, space, sunlight, air and some water to grow. So it gets bigger and it connects to some things, water, and it needs sun to grow. If we don't give it like some air, it will go all moldy and it won't grow.
Yeah, we don't want that. And has your plant started to grow?
Yeah, it growed some about this big roots.
Roots? Oh,
yeah.
Fantastic. All right, Capri, what have you been inquiring about? Can you share with us a little bit?
Frogs.
Frogs, and what have you learnt so far about frogs? What do they start out as?
Eggs.
Eggs?
And then they go tadpole.
They turn into a tadpole, yes.
And then they grow legs.
Yeah.
And then they are from there, and then
they turn into a frog, don't they? Well, no, that looks amazing. And I think with the preppies, we're learning how animals change as well. So not only plants, but animals, and they've been focusing on the frog. Have you seen frogs in our frog box as well? Yeah? Oh, that's a good example. Thank you, Capri. And lastly, Madison, what have you been learning about inquiry?
How the plants grow.
And what have you learnt so far?
They grow by seeds first, and then they grow by water, and then they get sun.
And did you have the opportunity to plant some seeds and see some plants grow? And are they growing?
Yeah, they're on the wall.
They're on the wall in the classroom, are they? Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you guys. You guys can stand up. Thank you so much for sharing what you're inquiring about this term.
We
And
didn't want photo of them, so
oh, that's okay.
style.
And we'll now interview some 1-2s. Thank you. All right, next we're moving on to some students from our 1-2 communities, and they're excited about letting the school community know about some of the things they've been inquiring about. So I'm going to hand over to Riley now, who's going to share a little bit about what she's been focusing on, and I'll hand it over to you, Riley.
I've been doing natural disasters. I decided to do an information report.
And what sort of things did you learn?
I learned a new natural disaster that I didn't know about yet.
And what was that one?
Tsunamis.
Tsunamis. And what is a tsunami?
It's a big wave.
And what does a big wave do? Why is it classed as a disaster?
Because it's really dangerous and it can happen if there's a landslide, an earthquake, or a volcano underwater.
Wonderful. Did you enjoy the opportunity to inquire about something that you had a choice
Yes.
in? Yes. Rather than teachers telling you what to inquire about? Fantastic. And you'll present this at the end of term to the rest of your class? Fantastic. All right, Moshi, what were you inquiring about?
Tsunamis.
Tsunamis as well. Oh, what did you discover about tsunamis?
They are big waves
Yeah. And how come they're classed as a disaster?
because sometimes they go to land
They go on land, and what do they do when they hit land?
and like the cars can't drive, they float in the air.
In the air, oh my goodness, that's a bit crazy. And how are you going to present your information?
By a news report.
A news report. Wow, have you created that news report?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, do you want to turn around and show? Oh, it looks like they've actually video recorded their information. So that's fantastic. Thank you, Moshi. And lastly, what were you inquiring about this term?
Bushfires.
Bushfires. You want to turn around? And how are you presenting your information?
A poster.
A poster. Perhaps you want to flick over some of the pages and share with us what you've actually inquired about. What information you found out.
Can start by wood. Bushfires are flame on bushes. Bushfires are warm and hot. Bushfires can kill and burn bricks. Bushfires happen all the time. Why do bushfires happen? Bushfires can get up to 30 centimeters or 100 centimeters. There are a lot of smoke. They fight.
Fantastic. So as you can see, we've got this overarching theme of change. We started with the preps with change in plants and animals, and obviously we're looking at changes after natural disasters hit. So thank you, girls. That looks amazing, the amount of work you've done, and I'm very proud of you presenting today. Thank you. So moving on to our 3-4 communities, and we've got two wonderful young boys from Turquoise Community. So I'm going to hand over to them, and they're going to share a little bit about what they've been inquiring about this term.
To begin with, we visit from Captain Planet. A visit from Captain Planet. We then looked into all the planeteers: wind, water, earth, fire, heart, and the changes over time. We found it interesting in wind, and in particular, the change that greenhouse gas took place because of these gases. We decided to look further into these and discovered greenhouse gas that Americans eat $74 billion on beef, 3 burgers per week. Americans are the largest beef producers. Americans rather eat beef, chicken, pork, or tofu. Americans eat 150 hamburgers a year in person. They eat 48 billion burgers a year.
Some hungry Americans out there, sounds like.
Yeah.
In America, cows produce more greenhouse gas than cars. Americans eat 158 billion tons of greenhouse gas per year. No, produce. Americans produce 158 million tons of greenhouse gas per year.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Bad thing.
Bad thing. Okay. So you've obviously been inquiring and gathered some information around something that you're interested in. So how do you now plan to present that information perhaps to the rest of the community?
We would like to do a news report.
A news report. So you obviously get filmed by some IT guys and then
Yeah.
put it together and present that.
Mhm.
Have you enjoyed learning about this information?
Yes.
About greenhouse gases and stuff?
Yes.
Fantastic. All right, thank you guys.
You're welcome.
And we'll get some more 3-4 shortly. All right, following on, we've now got some more girls from the 3-4 communities, and they're going to quickly share with you as well about what they've been inquiring about too. Thanks, girls.
Hi, my name is Maddie.
And my name is Neha.
Today we are going to talk about our badges and what they mean.
These are our badges. I can do it. So the badge means that we have learnt about water, heart, wind, fire and earth. All this had come from the badge we have shown you earlier.
The first planetary we learned was Earth. In Earth there were so many changes, like cow farming, deforestation and soil sealing.
Cow farming means that when farming cows, they get too big, so we shred it into meat. So eat more vegetarian food than meat. Meat. Deforestation is when the forest is getting cut for timber floorings and the houses outline. Soil sealing is when we build more cities and houses.
Next we learned fire. In fire there was also a lot of changes, like bushfires and more.
Bushfires are when the sun is too hot, so the bushes and the trees get burned.
And that's it.
So it sounds like, coming back to the overarching theme of change, it sounds like you've been focusing on how the earth has changed over time. And have you enjoyed the opportunity to inquire about things that you really want to inquire about?
Yeah. So we both want to do
The water, because we really
and we signed up
really
for
wanted
water.
to know about the coral nurseries.
And the bleaching, and we might even get a tank or something, and we're going to get a slideshow and some paper with some information on it, and we probably might get a fish tank with like a coral nursery and everything in it.
So you've got some more things that you can inquire about,
Yeah.
especially around water and
Yeah.
sort of thing. Oh, good. So and it sounds like you're going to put together a slideshow to present that information. Oh, very good. Well, thank you for your time, and thank you for letting us know what you've been inquiring about. All right, we're now moving on to some of our 5-6 communities, and we've got two lovely ladies here who are going to talk and share a little bit about what they've been inquiring about for the term. Thank you.
So our main topic is underwater, but we've been spread into 3 main groups that we can choose to topic about, and our topic was
Our topic's the Titanic.
our topic is the Titanic, but people have the choice to choose what they want to
Inquire about?
Yeah.
So did you enjoy the fact that you could have the opportunity to select what you wanted to inquire about rather than saying this is what you have to inquire about?
Yeah, for some groups it was hard to choose because there was lots of ideas that they wanted to do, but they knew that they had to choose one topic, or maybe they could spread that out into a bigger idea of what they wanted to research about.
Okay, good. So you two want to share a little bit about what you've been inquiring about and how that's gone so far?
So we chose to do the Titanic because we haven't actually seen the movie, but I walked into my parents watching it. They were crying. And me and Charles thought it was interesting about the facts and the things that people have said about the Titanic.
So you were curious and wanted to find out more?
Yes.
Good. How about you, Chance? How have you found it so far?
We chose the Titanic because most people chose something that they already know about, so they can do more stuff on their presentation. Where me and Bella, we chose something that we didn't know much about, so we can learn new things and not just
be doing something that we already know.
That's fantastic. So you've even got the flexibility now to present the information learnt. So how have you? What have you chosen?
We've chosen to do a iMovie presentation, or most people, there's a green screen in our community which people can use if they wanted to have like a cool like picture behind them when they're doing their news report.
Oh, right. So have you enjoyed the new inquiry process?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's very a freely feeling.
It's a freely feeling. Oh,
I don't
that's
know
a
if
good
that's
way.
a word.
I don't know either, but I think we understand what you're trying to get across. So thank you for sharing with us, and we're going to now interview a couple of other 5-6ers. So thanks, girls.
Thank you.
Kicking right along, so we're continuing on with our 5-6 communities here. We've got some members from Coral Community, and the girls are going to share a little bit about what they've been inquiring about this term so far. So over to you.
We've been doing how the zones were formed and other questions about that and sunken cities.
Sunken cities, so is that underwater?
Yeah.
Yep.
For the Hadal zones, we're going to research about if there is actually another zone below Abyss.
And we're going to do how many sunken cities are there. We're going to just research about how many sunken cities there
And
are.
why they're sunken.
Yeah.
Ah, how many sunken cities have you?
There's 78 sunken
We've-
cities across the world.
Yeah, we've researched 78, but we don't know if that's the actual total, if it's accurate.
Ah.
So we're looking deeper into that.
And why do you want to inquire about something like this?
It's
Are you intrigued by it, or?
Yeah.
Because in like this movie, I think it was like Mysterious Island, Journey to the Mysterious Island. They found this sunken city and they had to travel down towards it while it was sinking. So they
just
had to
interesting.
escape. Yeah.
Ancient cities.
So perhaps watching a bit of a movie has inspired you to actually discover for
Yeah.
yourselves what other sunken cities are out there
Yep.
underwater. And have you enjoyed the process because you've been given the opportunity to inquire about something that you really wanted to
Yeah.
inquire about?
Yeah, I like that we got to pick from a majority of topics and we got to make our own groups.
Wonderful. And lastly, how do you guys plan on presenting your information learnt
In a news report.
Yeah.
in news report? So how will that work?
We'll be using iMovie and then just doing separate videos and then linking it all together
Oh,
using the
fantastic.
green screen and Opal.
Right. All right. Well, thank you, girls, for sharing, and that's all from us. So there you go. Exciting things happening around Choir at TSBS. Stay tuned. Further newsreels coming your way.